Howdy, folks. I'm Folklore Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some mythology stories. Reddit stories. They're Reddit stories, they're not mythology. They're probably not mythology. Alright, folks, our first and only letter for this Saturday morning special is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to stop wearing my swimsuit at our pool parties? My husband Greg is a 51-year-old male, and I'm a 54-year-old female, and we make pretty good money as Greg is a radiologist. Thus, we chose to buy a house that had an outdoor pool and a hot tub, as we knew how much we would love it. Along with our kids, Hannah, a 23-year-old female, and Ben, an 18-year-old male, in the 3 years since we moved into our house, we've hosted some great pool parties for family, friends, and both on different occasions. We've lived in California, so a few weeks ago, over Ben's winter break, we were able to host a pool party to allow him and his guy friends to celebrate their upcoming last semester of high school. It was a good time, and Greg and I even chilled at the party for a bit too, while Hannah was out that day with friends. It's important to mention now that both Greg and I also had been in our bathing suits. Well, just yesterday, Ben politely asked if in the future I could stop wearing bikinis at our pool parties in front of his friends. I was flabbergasted, and I asked why, and Ben reluctantly explained that he had caught some of his guy friends staring at points at the last pool party, and when confronted about them, they didn't deny it at all. Ben's friends said that they would stop in the future, but Ben still wasn't super comfortable about it. He said that it was weird for his mom to be objectified like that by his friends, and asked if I could stop. I rolled my eyes, and I told Ben that his friends were being immature teenagers, but I would decide to take their word for it that they would really stop if they're decent young men. Ben wasn't having it, and he got a little upset, and Greg came in after overhearing a good chunk of it. Greg agreed with Ben and said that I should stop unless I want to be inappropriate around the teens. Frustrated, I told Greg and Ben to stop mansplaining to me and that nothing about swimsuits are inherently inappropriate, and that Greg was being a hypocrite given that he was in his trunks and in front of Ben's friends. Greg told me that I was being short-minded and annoyed. I stormed out of the house and I took a drive for a few hours. I got home half an hour ago and the house is silent and awkward. Am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Absolutely not the jerk. The people who are causing a problem here are the people who are objectifying you.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is really just a matter of you're trying to just enjoy your own pool in your
hmm
own house, and people are trying to tell you that you can't enjoy it because other people can't control themselves.
Right, and that's just such a gross mindset. And we see this all the time in schools. Oh, well, girls, you can't wear shorts because you might distract the boys. Like, it's just all around, and it's a very insidious mindset.
Yeah, I do think that it's a pretty problematic mindset that we continue to propagate these types of ideas where, oh, it's the woman's responsibility to make sure that men are able to control themselves. And I don't think that that's a good way of approaching this. Those friends are going to have to learn eventually how to interact in society, and having being spoken to now will hopefully help make them realize that their actions do have weight to them.
Yeah, exactly. Opie, this is your home. You are free to do what you want in your home. If your son is uncomfortable with his friends objectifying you, then his friends don't have to come over. He could
Yeah.
choose new friends. You can ban them from your house. You don't have to stop wearing your bikini because some teenagers are acting a little creepy.
Yeah, I think that's really what it boils down to. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it's tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea or coffee right here, and Amber's got a joke for us, presumably has a joke for us. She was chuckling at it.
Jada, why can't dinosaurs clap? Jada thinks for a minute and says, because they're extinct.
Well, I mean, that is a fair point. Dinosaurs can't clap because they're extinct, and also the modern dinosaurs, which are birds, uh, really can't clap because they don't have hands.
Do you want a second joke for our Saturday morning special?
Oh, sure. We can do a second joke.
A bear walks into a coffee shop and tells the barista, "I'll have a latte with extra foam." The barista replies, "What's with the big paws?" The bear looks at his paws and replies, "I don't know, my dad has them too." Pause, like the pause in between the two parts of the sentence.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that when you paused that you were taking a second to collect yourself. I didn't realize that you were
that's
actually...
literally part of the joke.
Yeah, I think you needed like a more longer pause for me to...
Well, I didn't want it to be too long for you to like forget what I was doing or something.
So I guess that makes sense now. No, it's terrible. And like I said, I have coffee, not tea this morning, so it's a different type of tea.
I have tea because I am true to tea time.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you're all having a great Saturday morning today, and I hope that your weekend is going to go splendidly. I still haven't adapted this. This is not supposed to be January 27th, February 24th, so I do have to edit that. Well, I think the moral of the story is that your actions are your actions alone, and that you can't force someone to police your behavior.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way of putting it. What you do, you're responsible for.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.